Okay, here we are at the top of Whiteface Mountain. We're at an elevation of about 5,000 feet, just a little shy, and we're in the Alpine tundra. Some of the symbols of the Alpine tundra are these trees. They look like little bushes. You may think they're little bushes, but they're actually 50 years old, give or take, depending on them. These trees, balsam fir, they're actually called crumholes. If you can notice the shape of them, they're smaller, they're twisted, they're a little knotty. The wind blowing them all the time disfigures them to a point, and then they've come up with this name of crumhole. You still have some deciduous, mostly coniferous, but it's due to the elevation, and it's more of a drier, cooler climate up here. We are 5,000 feet up. It's about 30 degrees lower from the bottom of the mountain where we started in temperature Fahrenheit.
Craig, will these trees grow any taller than this, or is this...
The trees here at no time will exceed a quarter of the height that they do down at the bottom of the mountain. They're always smaller,
so this is about their maximum height?
Maximum height here.
Nice.
The leaves a little bit thicker, wax coating is thicker to help them transpire less, to breathe better.
To discuss more the Alpine tundra plants, if you'll notice, the Alpine tundra plants are generally a lot waxier cuticle. They'll have hairs to help with the wind resistance. You know, that helps them from perspiring all of their stuff, all of the water out of them. And the reason they call it an alpine tundra is because as the glaciers receded, these plants needed some place to go, and all they could go to have that climate that they were used to was up the mountain. Because as you go up a mountain, each 1,000 feet up a mountain is about equal to 700 miles latitude north. So these plants would actually be found in northern Canada, in the tundra itself. So yes, one of the most important symbiotic relationships in maintaining this is the lichens here. The lichens are a decomposer of the rocks, and it's a symbiotic relationship between fungus and algae. So without these, the rocks wouldn't be able to break up and start new dirt. So that's very important in this whole ecosystem. As Craig was saying, the climate, very dry, there's not much soil to retain the water, so these guys have to be well adapted to preserving water and decreasing water loss. And it's generally a lot colder and windier naturally, so
this is some pretty big moss, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks pretty big to me. This moss is adapted to grow basically in cracks, and as it grows, it sends a longer stalk out than is normal in, you know, just in
and you can see how it's green just at the very tops because it's growing up through the cracks and getting some dirt to survive. It's got to find whatever it can.
Wow, that's cool.
So anyhow, I believe that wraps us up, unless any of you guys have anything else to add.
What kind of effects does the wind have on the trees?
Well, the trees, as you can see, as Craig was saying, are what are the whole, what is it? Crumhold, and it causes the needles to grow only on one side, the side opposite the wind. So as you'll notice, a bunch of these trees are bald, all on one side. That's generally the side that the wind's blowing.
Would you say those trees are flagged?
Yes, I would say those trees are completely flagged on one side, and that's exactly what they call it, flagging, when it's bald on one side and everything else on the other.
That's cool, Ken.